Today, I'm back with another mega ranking video for you all. Today, I'm going to ranking my top 5 favorite movie pickups for the month of December, from the worst to the best. Now, this is just my own personal ranking list, so I know yours would be completely different. Definitely leave yours in the comments below as I go through my own. But starting with number 5, I'm going to have to put this one on the list just for the slipcover artwork alone, and that is going to be Silent Night, Deadly Night collection from Vestron Video. You get Silent Night, Deadly Night 3, 4, and 5. Now, I only watched the third one, and that one was pretty bad, but I heard that's the worst out of the bunch. So hopefully 4 and 5 are definitely a much needed improvement. So I'm still looking forward to seeing those for the first time. But look at this artwork on the front. I love that Christmas ornament. You got some glass shattering with the hand sticking out. That is fantastic. You get a decent amount of characters from the movies in the ornament, so that looks really cool. And just something with the coloring, with the snow and the blue, just works really cool with the background. So whoever did the artwork on this, great job. It is fantastic. And of course, it's Vestron Video, so you do get the number spine, which is always cool. I love the font on there. And then on the back, if you want to zoom in and pause to look at special features, you can. But you do get a good amount of interviews for each of the movies, so there's definitely something there for bonus features, and that's always nice to see. So how to get that on the list, but because I didn't like the third one so much that I saw, that's why it's at the bottom of my personal list. Now, at number 4, I'm going to have another horror holiday title, and this is going to be the Scream Factory release of Black Christmas. Now, I like the slipcover well enough. I heard this movie just was absolutely amazing. So it was a little way too hyped up for me, because when I watched it, I'm like, okay, this is fine. I love the horror tropes. It started with the slasher genre. I thought that was all cool, but I thought it was kind of dull in some moments. I thought it was a little slow in some other moments. And then I didn't really like the characters at all, so I really couldn't connect to any of the characters. And to me, in a horror movie, I prefer connecting to the characters so I care about them and what's going on. So this one just kind of let me down a little bit, but overall, it's still decent, just not one of my favorites, like it is a lot of people. Now, I did like how they included a good amount of special features with this release. Now, I don't think there are any new special features, but there's still a ton of them in there from, I believe, the past Scream Factory release, because I did this one on Blu-ray, so I didn't have the Blu-ray, so this worked well enough for me, and the 4K quality was pretty good on this release, so that's why it gets to be number 4 on my personal list. Alright, number 3, I had to put this one on here just because the steelbook is so amazing, even though I really didn't like this movie at all. And this, of course, you guys are probably already guessing it, is going to have to be Halloween Ends. I mean, I love just looking at that steelbook, the orange with Michael Myers. Oh, it looks so good every time I check it out. It's just fantastic. So that's why it's higher on the list. Now, this movie, once again, it just isn't my favorite. On rewatch, it was a little bit better. Not by much. I think it's just because I'm used to it now and I know what to expect. Yeah, I still struggle with this movie. I'm still like, where is the epic Laurie Strode and Michael Myers fight? That's the part that really lets me down. So, some stuff in here is okay. The music, the opening, some elements work, just overall not a favorite of mine. Now, they do have some special features with this one, but there's not a whole lot there, unfortunately. I mean, I don't think you even get all the writers that worked on the movie speaking in any interviews, so that was kind of weird. So they're very selective on the interviews here. I don't know why. Maybe they didn't want to put that much work into it. But once again, a really cool steelbook. Even the back is absolutely fantastic here. So I had to put it up higher on the list just because I think the steelbook was so good. And I am a big Halloween franchise fan, even though I think this one is the weakest in the franchise. But that's why it gets to be number 3 on the list, just because the steelbook was so awesome. And us collectors, we like that. All right, now we are going to second place, the runner-up. And I actually have a tied scenario for this one. And it's going to be, of course, ParaNorman, the Leica studio release here. This movie is absolutely fantastic. And of course, I had to include the other Leica release, which was Coraline. I thought about, hey, which one am I going to put on this list? Should I put both on this list? And I'm like, I don't want it to take up just 2 spots, so that's why I tied it. But if I had to pick one, I'd go ParaNorman just because I like this movie a little bit better. But both of the movies are fantastic. The stop motion animation is excellent in both of them. I love just kind of the themes and messages in both of the movies. It's just a really cool style. Perfect for a spooky season. So it was weird that they came out in December. I still don't get that. Should have came out in October. But still awesome movies. The 4K did look pretty good. Now, it's animation, so I don't think there's a massive difference with the 4K here, but I haven't seen these on Blu-ray, so I can't really say definitively if there was a big jump up, but just from knowing animated films, it looked good for what it was. But yeah, nice slipcover. I love the green on this one. It is just so cool looking, and even just checking out the Coraline one, the blue works perfectly for this movie. So both of these slipcovers are absolutely fantastic. You get the 4K, you get the Blu-ray, and on both of them, you actually get, some special features here. I wouldn't say there's a whole lot, unfortunately, but you can kind of, zoom in and check them out if you would like. But it has something in there, just not a whole lot. Once again, that's probably the one area they could have worked on. But these are both really cool releases for, once again, some amazing movies. And I can't wait to see the other Leica studio films get released, those stop motion animation ones, because I know they have some planned coming up. So I'm excited for those. So both of these two titles I had to put as runner-up, second place, just because they're such cool releases. And they were pretty affordable too. They're reasonably priced for those 4K slipcovers, which I always appreciate as a collector. But now getting into first place, my number one pick for the month of December, and can you guys guess it? Well, it's gonna be Pulp Fiction. This is an amazing slipcover. I love just the red with it. The red really pops with the title and the lipstick, of course. Just a really cool looking kind of scene from the movie. I just love the style, this kind of poster artwork. It's just so perfect. This is a Quentin Tarantino film, so you get, different kind of storylines are tied together basically, and it all comes together by the end, so there's a connection with it, just like most Quentin Tarantino movies. Basically kind of get side stories, but then somehow they all fit together, just kind of like a big old puzzle. But it's great. Awesome moments in here. There's hyper violent scenes because it's a Quentin Tarantino film again. But I just really liked it overall, and it was my first time watch. I think all the performances in here were great. I mean, you get John Travolta, Samuel L. Jackson, just to name a couple, but tons of great performers in here. And I just think they did a really good job with the 4K quality on here. That transfer, just looked super sharp. Excellent detail and colors, and just really nice looking for 4K. And then, of course, the sound, I believe is a Dolby Atmos track, sounded great as well. So all around fantastic 4K release, and really cool slipcover, of course. And you do get some special features in here, which is nice. So there you go. You can zoom in and pause if you need to check out the special features. But this is a really good, first time in 4K release. I really want to see all the Quentin Tarantino titles get this kind of treatment with these awesome slipcovers, great 4K transfers. This is just, it's so good. It's amazing. I was kind of blown away by this one, once again, because it was my first time watching this movie. And to see it in 4K for the first time, an absolute treat. Just so good. So really like that release. Definitely deserves first place in my opinion. But there we go. Those are my top 5 4K Blu-ray slipcover steelbook just movie pickups for the month of December. Once again, that's just my personal ranking list. So if you haven't left yours in the comments below, make sure you do that. That way we can talk all things movies out there. And if you love collecting physical media just like me and being part of this amazing league of mega film fans, make sure you subscribe right now. That way you stay entertained and up to date on all the latest physical media topics. So do it. And if you enjoyed this physical media topic video, click another one to see more. Also like the video, and this is Mega Mike the Movie Man reminding you to make every day a movie day.